What a mess. As you can see, my mom is very emotional, right? Look. So I'm very emotional myself, and to see that is kind of crazy, and I just choked on water. But thank you all for being here. This is super, super exciting. I love this so much. And I've been selling real estate for 25 years, but I would rather be here to inspire all of you. I know you couldn't hear that video, but every day I start with reflecting what I'm grateful for, and then I plan. I do that every morning, and so let me tell you, reflecting back for me, because it gets me fired up and motivated, I reflect on the relationship when I very first met my wife about 32 years ago. I reflect on the day my kids were born. These kind of things that I go through my mind inspire me and motivate me, and I do this every day. Then I go about what I'm grateful for. And I am so grateful for every one of you today for being here, because I know we're all busy. You could be out showing property, doing a CMA presentation, going on a listing presentation. But to be here, to listen to me is incredible. So thank you guys so much. And Silva, you guys are amazing again for allowing me to be here and come back for a second time. Where's Erica? She calls me and says, hey, can you come again? And I said, when and what time? I love this so much. You guys have no idea. And quite frankly, when I was a little kid, this was more like a fantasy for me, because I admire Anthony Robbins as a little boy. I really didn't know what he was saying, but I was really captivated by his body language and his tonality. And I thought, wow, a guy like me that has learning disabilities, struggled academically, great athlete, can never do that. But because I found my passion, I'm in front of you right now. Is that crazy? So before I get started, I want to introduce my family that you already met. So I have my daughter, Daniela, which, by the way, this is the first time they've all been here. So this is kind of why I have my little handkerchief here, whatever. It was really emotional for me. So Daniela, so cute. Selling real estate for over the years, she would come up to me and say, hey, Dad, didn't you wear that exact same outfit yesterday? And I walked by and I said, Daniela, I wore this exact same outfit yesterday. But you see the same kids, I see new customers. So I wear the same outfit. She didn't understand that because she has to wear something different because she sees the same kids. I see new customers. Nicolino, my middle guy. So funny, when he was born, we brought him to my nonna's house. And I go, Nonna, look. He says, oh my God, what is his name? I said, it's Nick. Nick? No, it's going to be Nicolino. So he was a brand new boy, and 5 days later, we changed the name to Nicolino. Yes. So welcome, Nick. Thank you for being here. You know what he said? I said to him, I said, hey, I need some coaching, son. I said, he's heard me speak one time. And I said, what can I do to be better? You know what he said? Don't cuss as much, Dad. Do I cuss a lot? That's what happens when you're passionate. Right, Nick? Thank you for that advice. And then my oldest son, Dominic Garibaldi. I got him on stage real early. I used to work for Antero Real Estate, which I love dearly to this day. I was one of the founding agents of Antero. We started in 2002. We raised about $38 million from Mercury Companies. We started the first company in Hollister, California, and grew it to 16, 17 corporate offices and branched off to 46 franchise locations. Well, one year, I was honored an incredible award amongst my peers, 2,000 people, and I actually brought Dominic on stage. And it was a day that we still remember yesterday. I won this award called the Antero Value Award, which has this incredible pyramid with values. And every year they go through and say, who lives by those values? I actually was very grateful and I won that award. But what's super cool is I brought Dominic on stage in front of 2,000 people. He walks up, he looks like a surfer, he had long hair. He comes up, and I said to him, I go, Dominic, see all those agents, see all those people? That's our second family. And I said, you see this guy right here? That was our CEO, Gino Bafari. When Dad doesn't sell a house, I get in trouble. That was Dominic's first introduction of being on stage in front of a lot of people. So it's interesting being in real estate for 25 years. It's so funny, my kids, because I would take them to school in my slippers, my hat on backwards, and they were so serious in the backseat of the car, they would go, hey Dad, seriously, you got a job? Seriously, you work? Is that cool or what? So, my mom's here. So, my mom was born in Italy. She was from a little town called Calabria. And she came here speaking a little bit of English. So, love my mom to death, but I have learning disabilities, so she barely speaks English. What a mess that was, huh? Academically. But what you see from me today, all my energy, my enthusiasm, my passion, it comes all from my mom. She's so cute, my mom. Every time growing up, when I'm 20, she always says, don't tell people I'm 40. Tell them I'm 35. And then when she hits 50, don't tell people I'm 50. Tell them I'm 40. I'm like, Mom, that doesn't make any sense. That means you had me at 10. And then when she hits 60, don't tell anybody I'm 60. I'm 50. I'm like, oh my God. When she hits 70, she's like, don't tell anybody I'm 70. I'm 60. I'm like, oh my God. So yesterday, I said, Ma, how old are you going to be tomorrow? Isn't that cute? You know what she said? Her exact same words. Oh, honey, I'm so tired. Just tell them I'm 80. My mom is 80 years old. And she looks amazing. Thanks, Mom, for being here. So funny, she would take a bullet for me. We all do for our kids, right? Still remember when I was about 8 years old. I was at Kmart. You guys remember Kmart? Yeah. Well, we had an experience at Kmart. I love my mom so much. I stole candy. And I ate the candy. But some woman saw me eating the candy that worked there. And that lady came up to my mom and said, I just want to let you know, your son just stole the candy and you need to pay for it. She's holding my hand. I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, I got caught. Right? And so I'm looking at my mom, and my mom's like, no, he didn't. And I'm thinking, no, I did. So I would reach down and I grab my mom's hand. I go, Mom, I stole the candy. She goes, no, you didn't. Let me handle this. So to that day, she defended me that I didn't steal that candy. So that's my mom. I would still be living at home if she had it her way, because we're Italian. But Ma, I have to leave, Ma. I have to leave. She's so funny. She comes up to me like this. She goes, honey, do you know what you're going to say tomorrow? She's so concerned. And I turned around and I go, I don't know what I'm going to say. She goes, oh my God, he doesn't know what he's going to say. I said, Ma, I've been leaving in God's hands. I'm going to leave it in Pope's hands. The Pope, you know, the Pope, she loves the Pope. The Pope. I speak from the heart. She goes, oh no, you're going to make me cry. See, when we cry, our mouths turn into an earthquake. It's like the ugliest thing you'll ever see in your life. Seriously, it's like super weird. Then, if I cry, my contact's going to pop out, and then we're all screwed because I can't see you. And then what's worse is this drip is going to come down and ruin my new product that I just bought, tanning lotion. It was free. Then after I'm done, you guys are look at me like, what is wrong with this idiot? So, anyway, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to inspire all of you. My goal is this. There's challenges, right? I've been doing this for 25 years, right, in real estate. There's challenges in every market, right? We had a challenge in 07. We had a challenge when it happened in 9/11. What happened a couple years ago? Interest rates went from 0 to 100 real quick, right? So there's challenges, but there's opportunity in every challenge. And I'm going to share with you what I'm going to talk about today is this. I'm going to talk about what I've done, because a lot of people want to know what I did before I got into real estate. Take on a quick little journey. You guys interested in that? Are they interested at all? Yes. Number two, I'm going to share with you what I've done in my career to adapt and shift. You guys interested in that? Yes. Do you also want me to share with you what I'm doing now to adapt and shift? You guys interested in that? Yes. Then I'm just going to dive into the passion punch to success and bring this thing home to inspire all of you. So when you guys leave here, you can't wait to get out that front door. Everybody go like this. That's how long we are on this planet. You guys understand that? What are you guys doing? Time is very short. So I want to inspire all of you to live life with passion. And I'm going to share with you how that book even became a reality, thanks to my wife, because she keeps pushing me. And then we're going to close with some of my thoughts. And if you guys have any questions, I'll be more happy to answer some of your questions. Is that fair? You guys are so handsome and beautiful in this room. So awesome. So, I was born 1968. I'm 55, and it sucks because I'm getting older. It really sucks. I have to wear boots all the time because I'm shrinking. I need another inch. I'm freaking shrinking. And number two, I got a haircut the other day. You know what the stylist said? Mr. Garibaldi, number one is Mr. Garibaldi. Oh shit, I'm getting old. Would it be okay if I trim your eyebrows? Sure. See, as you get older, your eyebrows keep growing. It's weird. And then she says, Mr. Garibaldi, like this. Yeah. What now? Can I trim the hair on your ears? I'm like, this freaking really sucks. And it gets worse. She goes, oh my God. I'm like, what? There's one a long hair growing out of the middle of your ear. And she's, can I cut that? I'm like, I'm out of here, man. So it sucks getting older, right? It sucks getting older. But let me tell you something. I try my best to get to the gym 6 days a week because my kids have 32-inch waists. My boy, and I'm trying to keep up with their waistline. They're my motivation. So growing up, I was born in 1968, and had this amazing challenge in school. I have learning disabilities, and actually 10 years ago, I actually announced that publicly that I did because I do my best to make sure my hair's high. I work out hard so I can hide out from all of you guys that I have a learning disability. Many of them. So I'm sharing this with you, but I'm glad now, looking back, I'm glad for my learning disabilities because it made me who I am today. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's so funny because when I would do my reports, I was a great athlete. I was a quarterback for my high school. I was a great pitcher. That was my little escape. But then I needed to have these certain grades. So I would go to my beautiful Italian mother. Ma, I need help. What do you need help with? Book report. Oh, no. I can't help you with that. Go talk to your father. I go, Dad, I need help with the book report. Oh, no. Go talk to Grandma. Grandma? Call Grandma. So my grandma, who's no longer with us, was my tutor, and she did everything for me so I can play ball. I would call my grandma and say, Grandma, Dad told me to call you. Oh, yeah, honey, what? Dad told me to go to the library, pick your favorite book, and read it, and write a report on it, and give it to me. My dad did not say to say that, but I said that. And my grandma read the book, and she did my report and submitted it. So I grew up with major learning disabilities, but my escape was football and baseball. So graduated from high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to marry a beautiful woman. Okay, I'm going to sway my dad. So I told my dad. My dad passed away. God bless him. His name was Albert. I'm junior. And my dad passed away at 52 years old. I was 27 years old. He died suddenly. But he instilled these incredible values in me that I carried on in my life. And that's what I'm trying to do for my kids. Okay? And I know I only have this much time in life. So, I'm just telling you, for me to be in front of you right now, when I went to high school, and I went to school, and there was speech class, I never showed up to my turn. I could not be in front of the class because I was so scared and insecure because of my learning disability. But because I found my passion, it's got me from the back of the class to the front of the class. And now I'm speaking to you. This is super incredible. This is how powerful passion is. Okay? So going to school, graduated high school. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I wanted to marry a beautiful woman and a nice woman inside and out. Be like how my dad treated my mom. But then I had this insecurity of not going to college. So I ended up being an inside sales guy for about 4 years. I sold these benefit tickets for 4 years, not knowing that was an incredible technique that I was learning and skill set that I had no idea what I was doing. I was just having fun with the phones, and I did so well at it. Then I went from that to selling at the Good Guys. You guys remember Good Guys Electronics? I was their #1 salesperson out of all their stores. They actually put me in the magazine and paper, and I thought I was a cute little celebrity in this company. But here comes my wife. Hey, time to go. Go where? That's it. You got to move on. You work the Good Guys. You're done. Mr. Hollywood, move on. I'm like, shit. So I left. And I ended up working for a corporate company for about 4 years and did not have a life. I worked a lot of hours, but I had all this stock. And I think I owed in 2000 I think I owed my company money back in stock. But anyway, then I found an incredible guy, and thanks to my inspiration from my wife to get me into real estate, the first thing I said was, hey, honey, there's a test. How in the world am I going to pass that? Right? So I ended up meeting an incredible guy, and I got into real estate, and I flunked the real estate exam about 5 times. I actually had to hire a tutor. The tutor actually helped me figure out where I was weak in the categories that I was flunking. So got my real estate license in 1999. Okay? I knew nothing about real estate, and got into the business and just started to hang out with people that said, just get on the phones and prospect. So I'm a prospecting machine when I first started, and I was calling expireds for sell by owners, just listed and just sold. I was selling anywhere from 30 to 40 homes my first year in the business. I knew nothing about paperwork, and my poor manager were pulling their hair out because I was misspelling and putting documents in incorrectly, and I said, that's okay, but we're closing one, we'll figure it out. So that's what I did. So I got into real estate and just took off quickly into real estate. And then from there, I got on with REOs, foreclosures, back in 2007. You guys remember those days? I closed over 400 properties from 2007 to 2013. And that was an incredible, what I saw on the front lines those 8 years was really, really sad, to be very frank with you. Because I'm the guy that's door knocking to see who's living there and then give cash for keys and making sure they don't vandalize the home on the way out. So I ended up selling foreclosures. It really was incredible, and I learned a lot. And then from there, I got into the luxury market. So I knew if I wanted to sell luxury, I had to become luxury. So in my mind, I needed to go figure out what these people were reading, right? What are they wearing? Because if you're going to sell $6 million homes, $5 million homes in the Bay Area, you got to act luxury. So I ended up selling so many homes in the luxury market, very blessed. And then from there, I got into, and I left, and as you guys know, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I'm with the agency. I don't know if you guys know that brand. Yeah. Yeah, so you have any questions about Kyle and Mauricio, just go ahead and come to me. There's a lot of rumors out there about me. Answer your questions about Kyle and Mauricio. Mauricio is a very good friend of mine. He actually came knocking on my door about 5.5 years ago. And I went up to Beverly Hills and I met Mauricio in person. And one thing's led to another, and here I am. I carried the flag with Mauricio in Northern California all by myself for a long time. And now we're opening up some locations. Great company. It's all about the people, right? The company's great, but it's all about who you're spending time with. The people are so, so important. Okay? So let me share with you. So what am I doing now? You guys have to shift and adapt, right? As you guys know, transactions are at the all-time lows. Would you guys agree? Yes. Would you agree that, who's working with buyers here now? You guys working with buyers? So we're going to have a real tough time, a challenging time, but a fun time, because the market right now is we're going to have low supply of inventory for a while, and we're going to start seeing more and more demand of buyers hitting the market. So back about 2 years ago, just like I did in the REO days in 2007, I started to see what was going on. So I had to make a very quick shift. Do you guys want me to tell you what I'm shifting to? I'll share with you. So about 2 years ago, I decided to build a real estate team, which I never decided to do that until when the rates started to go up, and I had to figure out what I was going to do. So I started to build a real estate team. So I have 2 gals on my residential side that I'm mentoring right now. Okay? The second thing that I'm doing is I'm working with commercial assets. And I found this incredible person who now I'm partners with I'm her representative in Northern California, that I'm working with over 100 off-market commercial assets, direct to the seller. In commercial, there's a lot of noise and a lot of chain of people to get to the asset, okay? And then at the end of the chain, they don't even have access to the direct seller. I have direct access to the direct seller over 100 off-market assets in commercial. So I saw that opportunity, and now I'm building a team around that. And Ruick is part of my team, which is over there, my bodyguard, amazing guy. And so he's helping me with commercial. So it's all about connecting people. So if you guys have any questions about commercial, let me know. I'm fascinated by it because as realtors, you don't have to do contracts. You're connecting because most of the commercial that are put together, the deals are put together, are done by attorneys. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Then you get paid a referral fee or a connection fee. So what Ruick and I are doing is trying to connect people with a buyer and a seller, and we have a seller that can actually deliver that asset from anywhere from 10 million to 1 billion. And right now, we're looking at a $1 billion property right now, okay? So that's number one. Number two, you guys, this is incredible. Commodities, you guys know what commodities are, right? So keep doing your residential. I'm doing my residential, I'm also doing commercial, and I'm also doing commodities. So I'm trying to shift and adapt to the market, okay? So commodities is another thing. So If you guys are interested in knowing what I'm doing on the commodity side, and what I mean by commodity side is where we can broker fuel, diamonds, and gold. Right now, Ruik and I are facilitating fuel and gold. And it's incredible. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now, I also brought some stuff for you guys. Have you guys ever heard of Land Voice? No? You guys ever heard of Land Voice? Okay. That's who I've been using for the last 23 years. Land Voice is a company that will provide numbers for you. Just listed, just sold around a listing, or you can send out marketing information to a certain demographical area around your listing, or you can call them. Then they have for sale by owners that you can call. They have their cell phone number. Remember, there's that do not call list, so they'll flag them if they're on do not call. And then there's the expireds. So back about a year and a half ago, I wanted to come up with something that was super efficient. So I bought some rubber stamps that were inexpensive to make, and they're over there for you guys to look at, that you can actually stamp a message onto a card, a thank you card, and send it out. So I have those over there if you guys want to see what I'm doing. I just got a listing from that. Okay, so super cool. So that is what I'm doing to change and survive in this industry right now, is I'm calling expires for sale by owners. I built a real estate team of 2 gals that I'm mentoring that are awesome, and then I'm doing the commercial and commodities. So that is what I'm doing right now. So, you guys have any questions at all? Yeah.
Say that again. Did you say Land Voice?
So I brought some information, which will give you guys a discount. It's called landvoice.com, but they'll give you a discount at landvoice /Albert. And then you guys can get a trial through me to help you guys out and try it out. But I've been with them over 20 years. And that's how I survived in this business when I first started. Expired for sale by owners, just listed, just sold. Okay? So, passion punch to success. How did that all happen? So, being with this one company, starting from scratch, I ended up training a lot and speaking a lot. Because I had a pretty good record as a brand new agent. Because I was calling a lot. So I was producing. And so my mentor at the time at Ontario says, listen, go ahead and can you go out and speak and train and fire people up and tell them what you're doing. So I had this opportunity to go out and teach and train. So I got really comfortable with teaching and training, but then I started talking a lot about passion. Because everything I do in my life, I do with a lot of passion. From the relationship with Deanna for almost 32 years. We're celebrating our 30 years this year. The passion for raising kids, passion for my business, passion for health and fitness, passion for spiritual stuff. So I'm super passionate. And when you're passionate, you trump a lot of things. You just do. When I go to a listing presentation, I wear the passion on my sleeve and I yell it off the rooftops. It's so hard for them to say no. So one day, many times, I was speaking and I was driving this passion so hard. And one guy came up to me and he said, Albert, he's a tall man, real tall man, he was there with his cute wife. And he said to me, man, I'm a loser. Man, I suck. I'm looking at him like, oh my God. No, you don't. So I would tell my wife this. He thought he was a loser and sucked because he didn't have the passion like I did for life. It just wasn't passionate. So he felt like, man, if I'm not like that, this is the reason why I'm not doing so well. So I came home and I talked to my wife, and I've had many stories like that. So my wife says, you know what, Albert? You need to figure this out. You need to figure out what you're trying to say about passion. And she goes, you should write a book about it. I'm like, really? Write a book about it? I go, what would the title be? She said, I don't know, go figure it out. So I took this to heart. So I sat down because I reflected back on my career and everything I've done in this business. I just started saying, okay, so I'm passionate about my business, I'm passionate about my relationship, passionate about this. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? What's happening? So I started writing all these words down. And I came up with like 45 words. And then I looked at those words and I shrunk it down to about 10. And I looked at those 10 words and I said, man, this is crazy. This is awesome. Shrunk it down to 5. And I looked at those 5 words and it was clear as day. It spelled an acronym, PUNCH. P-U-N-C-H. 5 words. I flew off the couch, ran to my wife, and I said, I got it. She goes, what did you get? I said, I got the title, and I got what it's going to be. She goes, what is it? I said, it's Passion Punch to Success. She goes, it's you? Who told you about that? I go, me. Nobody told me. This is it. Boom, laid it out, told her, and then it all started from there. So thank you, Deanna, for inspiring me to dig deep, to figure out what I am trying to say when I go out in public speak. And so I want to inspire all of you to live the life with the passion punch. So you want to talk about it? All right. So in my life, when it comes to relationships, business, spiritual, you need to have P. What do you guys think P is?
Patience.
Patience. Why is that so important? Especially in real estate. Because number one, it's a relationship business. Does relationships take time to build in our business? It's not like you're selling shoes at Nordstrom's. It takes time. And if you don't love it enough, it will be hard for you to stick with the business. And that's why our turnover in real estate is so high. Okay, so you need patience. Okay, you guys follow me? You need patience in relationships. My poor wife, I drive her nuts, but she has a lot of patience. So patience is important. So when you love something so much and you're passionate about it, you'll have a lot of patience. Now, people come up to me all the time and say, Albert, I'm just not so passionate about real estate. Does that mean I gotta leave? Should I get to find something else? No. No. If you're passionate about something, use real estate as a vehicle. For example, this guy comes up to me, we're still connecting today, says, listen, man, I just have a tough time with this business. I'm just not passionate like you are. I go, what are you passionate about? You know what he said? I'm passionate about cars. I go, wow, how much does that cost to get involved with? It's a lot of money. I said, great. So why don't you live, right? You're passionate with the cars, so use the real estate as the vehicle to serve, provide the income for you to go buy your cars. He says, wow, I could get onto this. I can. He took off like a rocket. So what I'm saying is, you don't necessarily have to be so passionate about the business. Go find something that you're passionate about. And whatever that is, use real estate as that opportunity to earn the income to go live your passion. Like Deanna and I, we like to travel. So we use real estate as a way to create income so we can go travel. Does that make sense? So you guys, I'm telling you right now, you have to have a burning desire. You have to be moved. You have to. Something's got to give you this burning desire. I have the burning desire to do this in front of me. I really want to do this. I really want to inspire you. I have a burning desire to give extraordinary service to my clients. So I don't have to advertise. So when they're at the barbecue and somebody says, hey, I need to sell my home, I don't want my clients to run over there and say, stop! Go hire Albert. For them to say, stop, go hire Albert, you have to give extraordinary service. Give extraordinary experience. Right? So I have this burning desire. So I'm driven by fear. Because I don't have a college education. I have learning disabilities. I wanted to marry a wonderful woman and provide and have kids. So I would do whatever it takes, man. I showed up every day. I surrounded myself with the right people that were not assholes, that were not vampires, that have a true interest to make you also successful and bring you to the top. So P for patience is very important in every part of your life. You, what do you think you is?
Unstoppable.
I love it. Thank you so much. Yes. It's so funny, my mentors and people that I've hung out with in this business, like, Albert, you make this look so easy. It's not. But what I do is, like I told you before, when I show up, I tell the client how passionate I am about this business. Why do you think I say that? Why do you want to wear passion on your sleeve and yell it off the rooftop? Why do you guys think that is? Right, let me tell you, yes. Can I tell you why? Because you'll make them feel, the more passion you deliver, the harder for them to say no, because they love the fact that they're dealing with someone that's so passionate. I went on a listening presentation in Atherton, California. I never sold a home there. Never sold a home. I went on the interview. She was interviewing 4 agents that were top agents in that market. And here comes little old me. I sit down with her and I said, I want to thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to be here to interview for the job of selling your home. And I know you have plenty of options, but I will tell you this. Nobody will outperform my passion to serve you and get you the most money. And by the way, I believe in this passion so much. I'm so passionate about this business. Here's a book. Threw my book out and I signed that. I felt like I'm my own little celebrity. She's looking at me like, oh my God. Oh my God. Because of that, she ended up, I did not get to listen that day. Anytime I walk out the door, you guys, when you're a real estate agent, you walk out the door without a listing agreement, in hand, signed, the chances of them calling you, hey, Albert, we loved your interview a week ago. We want to hire you now. That's very rare. And it's, you know what's horrible? And if they do that, you're going to think that happens all the time, and that's not reality. So it's up to you to get them to sign it the moment you're there. It's just the bottom line. So I know that, because I've missed out on a lot of listings in my career, hoping they would call me, and they never did. Leaving my business card, leaving the material, they never called. Or if they did call, they said, hey, I went with somebody else. So I knew at that point that if I'm there, it's up to me to show how passionate I am about this business. And passion, you become unstoppable if you wear it on your sleeve and let people know how passionate you are about this business. I'm just speaking from experience. I've done a lot of transactions in my career simply because the passion that I wear on my sleeve when I yell it off the rooftop. You'll be shocked. Have you guys ever talked about to your friends and family members or clients how passionate you are about what you do? Do it more. Because they'll respect it. So you become unstoppable. What do you think end is? What do you think N is? N.
No excuses.
No excuses. Love it. See, as you go through this industry, if you're not passionate about something, you're going to have an amazing amount of excuses. Oh, see, for me, I'm going to use many different examples. I work out 6 days a week. I don't give an excuse. So, buddy, I got to stop you for a minute. How do I do that? It's because I'm passionate about staying alive. I don't want my wife to marry anybody else. You know, so I don't want to die. And I really mean that. I want to walk my kids, especially Daniela, I want to walk her down the aisle. Danielle, please don't get married anytime soon. So when I wake up, I think about these things. I look over to my beautiful wife, I'm like, I ain't dying. I'm going to the gym. I have this burning desire. I'm just being very transparent with you guys. I'm very direct. So that is motivating me to go to the gym 6 days a week. So there's no excuses when you're passionate about something. There's no excuse when you love something so much, you won't make up excuses like prospecting. When you prospect to your clients, there's no excuse not to. You should dedicate 1 or 2 hours a day in prospecting. No excuse, right? There's no excuse with your partner or your significant other. Like my wife wants to go get our nails done, get a massage. There's no excuse. Life priorities is this way for me. We all have different life priorities. I get that. Let me explain what my life priorities are. Number 1 is my physical health. Because if I don't feel good, and if I'm not healthy, I can't serve Deanna, my wife. I can't serve my clients. I can't serve you. I can't serve my mom. You see, that's life priority number 1. Life priority number 2 is my kids, is Deanna, is my mom. It is my friend, good friend Mark here that's sitting here. He had a 90 bowling average and he's gone up to 200. I couldn't serve him. You guys follow me? Number 3 is my clients. There's been many times that over the years, because Deanna is also a licensed real estate agent, and I've learned so much from her. Now she can go to a set of people, a set, I call that a set. She can walk into a set and be the best friend in that set like that. And I'm looking at this woman, I'm like, oh my God, she's good. Unbelievable. So it's just so important to have what you got to check in with yourself. What is your life priority? I'm just telling you, all of you, the success that I've had in my career, I'm not saying this to brag, but to be in the top 1.5% in the U.S. 7 times with no advertising. I don't spend a dime on advertising. It's all through word of mouth. It starts with the health and fitness. Do you guys realize that we can all get into a funk in that bad state? You guys understand, we're all sometimes getting that state. I get it all the time. I get in a funk. Right? Somebody just recently called me and says, sorry, Albert, we went into a different direction. Well, that put me in a down spin, right? Changes your state. You guys got to really be in tune with who you're being at that moment. I wouldn't have sold the amount of homes that I've sold if I didn't train myself to change the state. What state are you being? Are you negative? What are you watching on television? Who are you hanging out with? What are you eating? Are you working out? The reason why it's important to get your heart rate up is because it changes your state. And it's so important to change your state and get out of your funk. So I've been practicing this for years, and I can shift out of that state pretty quick. I got to tell you this. Sometimes it's difficult to get out of the state when you have teenagers. I'm going to kick his ass. Boy, raising kids were tough, right?
Absolutely.
I keep reminding myself, passion punch out. Where's Nick? Passion punch. Where's Daniela? Passion punch, Dad. Stay focused, Dad. Dominic, passion punch. Sets me off track. I stay in this bad funk state. So I have to switch it. So please understand that. What are you watching? Who are you hanging out with? Or is your life priority you? It has to be you. And please understand that. Because you need to be healthy and fit so you can serve others. And you know what? You know what I've trained myself to do? Train yourself to claim everything perfect. I talk about it in my book.
Yes, you do.
Everything needs to be perfect. Why do you think that is? Can I tell you why? It keeps you in the right state, and it gives you a clear mind and come up with the solution to the problem. Because if you don't claim it perfect, you're going to sit in misery. Does that make sense to you? Mm-hmm. Claim it perfect. Everything that happens, I claim perfect. Again, teenagers, you claim it perfect. That just doesn't. But that's what I trained myself to do. Because guess what? In real estate, what happens in real estate? I've had 5, 10 deals going on in a month. That appraiser pisses me off. The buyer said something stupid. The seller is emotionally crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Put the toilet back. No! They just spent $100,000 over the asking price. Put the freaking toilet back. Put the toilet back. No, they got a gift. I know they got a gift, but you got $100,000 more. Put the damn toilet back. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of shit. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry. I'm at a church. I can't. My son told me I can't cuss. I'm really keeping this really like. It's so funny. My mom says, it's not good to cuss. It's not good to cuss. I said, Mom, you cuss. So she calls me, my mom. She's so funny over the years being in this business so long. Honey! She would call me and go, yeah, Mom. That stupid bitch. What happened, Mom? That bitch. My son, the neighbor across the street has your book, and they didn't hire some other broker to sell in the house. Ma, you're so funny, Ma. Huh? Ma, you're too much. I don't like to cuss, but my mom tries to fit in. She'll go, fuck her. I said, Mom, that doesn't sound right. Fuck her. Don't do that. Don't say that. That sounds ridiculous. Yeah, so you is unstoppable, right? Okay, so, and N is no excuses. Who here is, honestly, is super passionate about the business?
Really?
You wouldn't be here, right? Right. So I am super passionate about this business. I'm actually more passionate about doing this than selling real estate. I get more excited than selling a $7 million home in Atherton. By the way, that lady did hire me. And I get more excited doing this because this has been a fantasy of mine when I was a young boy. And the Pope or God? Pope has given me a gift to do this. And I thought this could never be possible. But because what I've learned in life, I want to share with you. Because walking around this planet for as long as I have, I see that there's so many people hurting. And if I could just be a freaking role model, that it can be possible. You can have 3 beautiful kids. You can have a marriage and do this business. But it all comes down to that life priority. If there's a listing presentation tomorrow at 6 and my wife wants to go get her nails done and pedicure wins. It does, Bill. It wins. My wife will tell you. But you see what I'm saying? I love pedicures. Is that just funny to do? I just do it. All the women there look at me like, oh, look at that guy. He takes care of his feet. I don't know why I take care of my feet, because I go to listing station, they don't give a shit. Unless I wear thongs. If I was in Florida, then I'd be there every day probably. But anyway, but yeah, so no excuses. There's no excuse, guys. No excuse. Figure it out. My mentors came to me when I first started this business. Put together a plan. I go, well, time out. Plan ain't gonna work. I'll misspell everything, and when I sit down to make the plan, nothing will ever, ink will never hit that piece of paper. It's not the way I'm wired. Because I would get around these other guys, all this extravagant business plan, page after page after page. I'm like, holy shit, this is not me. I'm not gonna write shit. Do it simply. How many homes do you want to sell? What is it going to take to get those sold? Who's important in your life? How are you going to spend time with them? How are you going to prioritize them? What the heck are you going to do about your health? No freaking excuse, you guys. How long we have to live on this planet? I'm almost exiting. I'm 55 years old. I'm almost exiting. And my goal, to be very frank with everybody in this room, is to speak and get better and get better and get better so I can go somewhere with it. And I'm the guy in school. Some kid came up to me in school and said, "Hey, Mr. Learning Disability guy, yeah. One day you're going to be on stage speaking." I think he just snorted a big take of helium or something, because that's not me. Because I'm so passionate. Look at, I'm in front of you. Isn't this extraordinary? The learning disability kid is in front of you. That's how powerful passion is. It is crazy. And this is why Passion Punch is so important to me, and it's a gift for all of you. Because when I got in this business in 1991, I kicked butt. I ended up teaching and training. But then I saw the people in our industry, how they were suffering, how they were confused, how they were insecure, didn't know what to do. I'm like, holy shit. I better go kick some butt in my mind. Put the numbers up. And then I want to give back. So truly, in my heart, that book is for you guys. And the people in the mortgage and real estate. And of course, I dedicated my book to my 3 kids, and my 3 kids have read that book. So when I die, they know that the success that their dad had is because he lived a passionate life. Because when you're passionate, I'm proof of it. You will trump everything. You just will. C. What do you guys think C is?
Challenges.
Love it. That was actually one of my words. What's that? Courage. Does it take courage to be up here to do what I'm doing with you?
Of course.
Doesn't it? Does it take courage to call on the phone and call a client? Does it take courage to go up to somebody you don't know? Deanna could go up to a group, and I'm just so fascinated by my wife because she can go up to a group that she doesn't know. I call it a set. She can open up a set. To be very frank with you guys, I'm like an introvert. I'm the guy in the room that's very observant. I don't say too much. But I'm looking at my wife, looking at the skill set that she has. She has brought in so much business to our business because of the relationship building that she does naturally. And that's what we all need to do, is build relationships with people, but it requires patience. It requires courage. Courage is huge. So I'm glad when you live the life of passion, you'll get that seed. Remember this. Remember this. You need to get yourself uncomfortable every day. Do you guys understand why? Because that's when you what? Grow. When I first started speaking, oh my God, I remember my mentor when I walked into his office, who I love very much. He said, listen, you're going to speak. I was 31 years old. You're going to speak at P.U.N.C.H. college in my class. I said, you're crazy. In my mind, I didn't tell him that. I go, when? And how many people? He says, about 200 students. When? Next Tuesday. Do you guys realize I had stomach ache, diarrhea, couldn't sleep, because I had to go talk to front of 200 people, and every day was getting closer and closer and closer. I will tell all of you, the success that I've had is because I constantly make myself uncomfortable. So can you guys please leave here and go get uncomfortable? Please? Because you guys got to understand, that's when you grow. Right? Go try new things. Go talk to new people. Get on the damn phone and call your clients. And if you haven't talked to them, go like this. Hey Mark, it's Albert, how are you? You're going to say, great. I suck. I feel so bad that I haven't called you in 2 years. How are you? Do you guys realize most business comes from referrals in your sphere of influence? If you guys are not calling them and loving them up, you're leaving it up to another agent to take them. See, over the years, I would call them and say, Mark. Sorry to pick on you, Mark, poor thing. You just want a bowl, right?
I can take it. Bring it on. Have the courage.
Look at this, guys. I'm telling you. And it's the truth. You got to speak from here. Mark, I've been thinking a lot about you. How have you been? How many times are you going to call anybody saying they're thinking about you? How have you been? What are you guys doing? You need to call everybody in the sphere right away. Tell them you've been thinking about them. And if you haven't talked to them, tell them, shoot, my bad. This sucks. I'm pissed off right now that I haven't talked to you. It's been so long. That's how I made some calls that I have been talking. It's all about when you talk on the phone, and I hate to say this, don't take this the wrong way, please don't. I get in trouble when I say this, but can I say it to you guys? I'm going to tell you. And I take this to heart, okay? I'm an award-winning actor. Is that horrible? I'm an award-winning actor. Can I tell you why I say that? But I am real and genuine. But let me tell you why I say that. Do you guys realize there's 4 different personality types in this world? Did you know that? Do you know what they are? Amiable, expressive, driver. Now, and analytical. Now, what do you guys think I am? Wow. Yeah, that's my mom and I. We're very expressive, yes. And amiable. My wife says to me, you're such a people pleaser. I am a people pleaser. I am. I people please. You know, that's just what I do. But you need to know who that is when you go to a presentation. You need to know if you have a people pleaser. You need to know if you have an analytical. You need to know if you have an expressive. I'll know right away who I'm dealing with. But what does that mean? I'm getting uncomfortable because I need to what? Adapt. People pleaser. Oh my God, this room is blue. We got to keep it this way when we sell it. We're not going to paint it. Oh really? You'll keep it that way? Because when we paint this wall blue, that was when my daughter was born. Yes, we're going to keep it. You guys follow me? You need to know. So all I'm saying is, you need to identify who you're sitting in front of, okay? And ask good questions. Why do we ask good questions? Do you guys know what the #1 reason why people hire a real estate agent? You guys know what it is? National Association of Realtors did a survey. You know what it is? Trust. How do you build trust? Speak their language. Now, I don't want to be political, but if I'm with somebody, I love Trump, so do I. I love Biden, he's the best thing I've ever heard. Nancy Pelosi, she's fucking hot. I'm no joke. I'm no joke. Nancy Pelosi's fucking hot. If they like Nancy Pelosi, she's hot. I hate Nancy Pelosi. That bitch, you know what she's been doing for me? Guys, what are we doing? You know what one of my mentors told me? I don't even know if I should take this as a compliment. She says, I got it. I go, what do you got? I know how you adapt so much. And so effortlessly. You know what he said to me? I don't know too much. It's true. The more you know, which is great, the more you want to what? But, Mark, that was a stupid thing you just said because of... See, I can't say but. When I go to a meeting, I am so eager to know about what they do. And even if it's a little gadget, tell me how do you make that gadget? See, get rid of your opinion, right? Ask good questions. Figure out who you're dealing with, right? And become them. So N is no excuses. C is courage. What do you think H is?
Happiness.
Happiness. Why is that so important? It's truly, truly, truly my secret sauce. It is. My mentor said to me, I've known Albert for 10 years. You know what he said? I've never seen him in a bad mood. You have to be happy. And you guys got to do what it takes to go find happiness. That's just the bottom line. And it's not easy because you have to work at it, right? But for my life priorities, health, fitness, my kids, my wife, my mom, my clients, some spirituality to the Pope, right? It's all about being happy. This is what the Passion Punch is about. This is somebody that graduated high school, dealt with the public since he's been 17 and 18 years old, from being on a phone to being working at the Good Guys, right? To selling real estate, understanding the psychology of people. And boy, did I screw up a lot. But understanding the psychology and how people make decisions. So I had an aha moment because now I'm selling a lot of homes as a new agent. I was going in there, me, oh, me. They didn't give a shit about me. When you go to a doctor, does the doctor say me? No. They're asked, where does it hurt? How long? Asking great questions. So have a mindset of being a doctor when you go on a presentation. Ask good questions so you can build what? Rapport and trust. Right? Because that's important. So that's what the Passion Punch to Success is all about. The book is for you guys. I brought some for you guys. If you want to buy them, that's up to you. I'm happy to sign the book for you guys. And I'm so grateful when I released that book. It became #1 with no advertising. It became #1, not on New York Times. That's like Mauricio. But what I'm saying for Amazon, it was super impressive because I sold so many books in my category the very first month and a half, which was #1 in its category for a month and a half. So I'm just grateful that so many people have read this book. I don't know if we're running out of time, but I want to thank all of you guys, seriously, to allow me to come here to speak the Passion Punch to Success with you guys. Because how much time do we have on this planet?
0.
We have this much time. Okay? So if I can inspire all of you to go live life with passion, even if it's not real estate, go figure it out. Okay? Go figure it out. So, you guys have any questions to this point? No? Okay, great. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to.